from the shop. I am sitting in the Poshmark room, which I was talking about when we first did this warehouse series of the perfect 30 an items, 30 an item per day store, which I'm sitting in right now. It is now complete. So I will be finishing up the Poshmark white papers today, where I go over how to make 70K a year on Poshmark, which is my goal for my Poshmark closet. Right now, my Poshmark closet is this month will be my second month doing it. I should net around 13,000 profit, but it is bigger than I want it to be. So I'm actually going to shrink my Poshmark closet potentially a little bit because the shipping is intense. Like actually, maybe we can show the shipping.
Yeah, sure.
I'm only about a third of the way done with shipping today, and it's already like out of control. So I
Packages.
just need to I need to finish shipping later today, but it's already too much shipping for me. I only want to do 10 items a day times $20 profit, and I had like 67 sales over the weekend, which is ridiculous. So I don't. I want to have a smaller Poshmark store because it's interfering with my regular store. Okay. That being said, I'm going to finish up the Poshmark white papers today. That'll be included for anybody that joins my Patreon between now and August 1st. I'm sorry, between now and September 1st, you will get the annual white papers only system for only monthly. So if you guys sign up in the next like 45 days, you'll get access to the whole thing for just a monthly charge. We want to reward all those people who supported us early on. So the Poshmark series, I'm redoing the Whatnot series, so you guys will be able to see the new system for Whatnot and how I do around 60K a week over there. So right now, I'm doing about $10,000 a week on Poshmark. What's up?
Everyone is asking a question for you.
Yeah.
They're like, Chris has a saying, and we're all like, well, I don't know which one it is, but it's like you have all the money sometimes.
Oh, it's some of. I'd rather have some of the money all of the time
Okay.
than all of the money some of the time.
Okay. So I'm gonna remember that. I'd rather
No, so
have
you so I
some of the money all the time.
versus all the money some. So I'd rather get a little profit always
Okay.
than all the profit and wait.
Okay. I was like,
So wait, did you guys? I think that was what's one of.
You guys know
That's
that
not
phrase,
my
right?
saying. It's from Tech. He said he would
Oh.
rather have some of the money all of the time
Hmm.
than all of the money some of the time. Like, I have noticed that with all of the items I have in my store, there's a lot of people waiting a long time to sell the same items. They have the same items in my store priced twice as high or three times as high. I want to flip my inventory over three, four, or five times a year, and they look like, on average, the average person keeps an item for about 2 years to sell it. So if you guys are right now watching and you're worried about your sales, most people take 2 years to sell one item. So that's the average, about 5% sell through rate on the platform. So if you're selling your items in less than 2 years, you're already above average. Getting to the point where you're selling things literally the same month or the same week or the same day, that requires way more specialized knowledge. And that's actually why I'm disappointed today. Um, I didn't want to miss out on the title of the video. So I have two sets of inventory here that I have had for a long time. I have I have 6 boxes of inventory that I have had for a year and 3 months. That's a really long time for me. So I have like it's like one pallet of stuff that has been here for like a year and 3 months and I haven't sold it. I have moved it in my warehouse like 80 times. I moved it like from here, over there, over here, over here, here, over there, here, over here, to a different room. I even brought it home. Go ahead. I
I
brought it
just
home.
want to let you know it's working now, where we don't have to
Oh, it's
do all
working now?
that. So
Okay.
I want to know what you did.
Okay.
You'll
We'll
see.
go over it
Okay.
later. So there's like I'll start with my frustration. I've been moving stuff around and around and around, and it's really frustrating to me because I should just sell it. Why am I moving it from one place to another over and over and over again? That set I've had for a year and 3 months, and there's another set that I've had since December. And it's like when I add up how long it would take me to sell it, it's only 20 hours. Why didn't I do the 20 hours of work last April or since December? I've just been like moving it to different areas. Like I already made the mistake of buying the one back in April, so I need to eat that loss and just sell it for what I can. And the stuff from December is great, and I'm killing it on an inventory. I'm just like procrastinating because it's different than my normal model, so I'm just like moving it to a different corner. But I need to stop doing that. Like all of our problems start from just like not going head first into our main issue. I want to talk about a book that I thought was really cool. My wife recommended it to me. It's called I Know How She Does It. Okay, so it's in my list for books. So you can go to bit.ly/reseller supplies. It's the top book. It's called I Know How She Does It. And this lady interviews 1,001 women who make six figures and have kids. It's actually extremely uncommon. In the United States, only 11% of people make $100,000 a year or more. So that's already pretty rare. And then of the 11%, 4% are women and 7% are men. So more men make six figures than women. But she interviewed a very subset, like you have to make six figures and have kids. How do you do it? Right? And they have like basically a lot of similar characteristics, which I want to share with you, which makes me feel even dumber because it's not just based on women, it's based on everyone. And I'm making these mistakes in the book, and she calls them stupid hours. So I'm going to go over that in a second, but it's like, it's kind of embarrassing how many stupid hours I have per week. Okay, so basically, if you want to make six figures and have kids, it just comes down to you have to have specialized knowledge and skills, and you have to do it for a long time. So like the most common jobs are that make six figures are like finance, lawyer, doctor, accountant. So like finance or medicine or law degrees are like higher education and experience type of jobs. A lot of people don't pick those jobs because they're very time intensive and they're inflexible. You have to go to school to become a doctor. Also, this is true too. Not everyone can be a doctor and not everyone can be a lawyer. Some of it is like it's too hard for that particular person to do. So, no access, too expensive, too hard, all these different reasons why people don't do it. But I would say the main one is it's inflexible. Like it's pretty strict. You have to get a certain certification, do it a certain way. Now, the fifth most common way to make six figures is to be an entrepreneur. And a lot of people pick this because it's flexible when it comes to hours. So this lady gave her schedule when she was building her company, which this is really hardcore, but it makes sense to me, but it's kind of sad. So she worked from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. as the primary caregiver to her kids. Okay, so 12 hours in a row, and then from 7:30 to 11:30, 5 days a week, she did 7:30 to 11:30. She worked on her business 5 days a week. One day a week, she had a date night with her husband, and the other day she did family planning with her husband. And the goal was in a couple of years, when the kids went to school, she would have her business built. She would be able to have more time and then more time with the family. But she was just going to sacrifice a couple of years before they went into preschool of grinding from 7 to 11:30 at night, one date night with her husband, and then one planning day. That consistency of working on things. So it's kind of interesting because she says that a lot of people who are entrepreneurs actually wish they had more time to work on their business because they don't sacrifice the family part. This is probably pretty common. A lot of people are not a lot of people are not willing to sacrifice their family. And that's perfectly fine. I'm not either. So like you want to take Saturdays off, you want to take Sundays off, that's cool. You want to take care of your kids during the day, that's fine. But you wish you had more time to work on your business. So the key here, it's not actually hours worked. That's not in the formula. The formula is specialized knowledge and experience, consistency over time. So if you can only work on your business 1 hour a day, but you do it for several years, you'll still be able to be successful because you're working on it. Now, this is what she calls stupid hours, and this is what I do a lot. Hours that you spend working but not becoming specialized. Okay, that is called for her a stupid hour because why are you doing that? There's no long term benefit from being a generalist in today's society. If you are a generalist, like you only know general things, you don't get paid very much. You have to be very specific. Like if you are an attorney, you make a certain amount of money. If you are a doctor, you make a certain amount of money. If you have a JD/MD and you're a lawyer and a doctor, your opinion is more valuable and people pay you more per hour because you have both. Maybe you could represent somebody and do the autopsy, right? It's like very specialized, but you have to work specifically at that to get that. So if you want to be a shoe seller, right? Part of, I would say like half of my business is shoes. The more I learn about shoes, and I've been selling shoes for a long time, way longer than I've been on full time on eBay. I sold shoes all the way back to 2010. So I've been selling shoes for 13 years. I have like a pretty good specialized knowledge on how to do it. And it didn't even start working for me till like 5 to 7 years down the road before I started becoming more successful at it. So it's not fast. There are like no examples in the book of people becoming successful really fast. It takes time, usually 5 to 7 years. So I don't know if you guys are disappointed by that news and you've been doing this for 6 months and you're wondering where your Bugatti is. Like Tech would say, maybe you can't order one yet. You gotta wait. Gotta wait for a little bit till your business gets some traction. So it is a bit disappointing that this is what she says. So everyone throw in the chat. This is a thing I did in the morning call today. How many hours do you work a week on your eBay business? Reselling, hustling. Let us know in the chat. How many hours per week do you work reselling? Right? Are you full time? Are you part time? Let us know in the chat. I'm curious what some of the answers are, but I'm going to give you some bad news after we find out these answers. So for me personally, I spend around 28 hours a week reselling, and this is going to be brutal. But so this lady says that 25 hours minimum of everyone's work week is stupid hours. So that means of my 28 hours that I am here, 25 of them are stupid. Only 3 hours am I really working on getting better at my craft, right? Am I really like improving something, making something faster, developing a different relationship, cleaning, right? Only 3 hours a week. There's 168 hours a week. Only 2% of the time I'm actually making a difference in my store. That's really sad. Also, she points out that people who think they work 60, 70, 80 hours are usually way off because most people can't really work after 40 hours a week. Like the diminishing returns on the hours after that is really low. Like you're tired, you're spent, you're beat up, you're probably not getting much done. So like if you spend 3 or 4 hours at the end of the day doing one listing because you're tired, hungry, lonely, depressed, pissed off, that's 4 hours for one listing. You made like $1 an hour during those 4 hours. Those don't really count. Those are stupid hours. You might as well sleep, wake up, next day, hit it hard. Most people in the book are the most productive at like 8 o'clock in the morning. So 8 o'clock in the morning, do the most important thing that you can. Rest of the day, you're a little bit more tired. You don't have as much juice. So like, don't waste the beginning part of your day. And I think that it's pretty interesting because I didn't realize how few people make six figures. Like I talk on my channel, like making six figures is easy, but it's because I have very specialized knowledge in one thing. I couldn't make six figures easily in a different category, but I've been doing the same thing for so long that I have a lot of like knowledge that is specific to this that helps me earn a high hourly rate. So I don't know if that's useful, but let's hopefully there's some questions or feedback.
There's a lot of part-time people. There's one person who does 30 hours a week
Okay,
reselling.
so this is great. This is something that's is kind of interesting, and I don't know how you guys feel about it because it kind of makes me feel weird. Full-time people at anything earn like so many more times more than part-time people, because like when you're full-time, you get all these like when you're full time, companies can pay you more benefits. They can pay you more time off. They can give you more vacations, more bonus. They might provide 401k. They might provide childcare credits if you are full time in a high paying profession. If you are part time somewhere, though, they don't have. They barely even offer like health insurance. Like at Starbucks, if you work part time, you get health insurance. Then people might offer you like paternity or maternity or like paid time off, but like all of the real bonuses and like great stuff happens full time. Like you see people who are like waiting for their government pension, they're not part time, they work full time for the government. So it is interesting, right? Because people don't want to work full time, but the people who work full time have sometimes 90, 100% of the benefits. And in the book, it shows the people who work full time take more vacation, they have more savings, they have they can afford childcare if they choose to do that. So it's kind of like blowing my mind right now because is part time even a thing? Can you even get some traction part time? Because it's so competitive now. One thought I wanted to ask you guys is groceries, eating out is insane. I bought lunch today for the crew. It was $150. Like it's really, that was for one entree, no drinks. Pretty expensive just to provide lunch for your crew. 150 bucks. That's more than some people make all day. That's like really expensive. So how come all the used market on eBay and Poshmark is not on fire? How come like who's gonna spend this? This is a Johnny O shirt that I bought at TJ Maxx. This shirt's like $90 new. I paid $17 for it. Who is paying $90 for this polo? That's like a lot, right? So how come on eBay they still sell for 25 bucks and they're not all sold out? It just kind of amazing to me that there's so many people who can't spend. I feel like I can't spend $90 on a polo. That I don't know. It just kind of crazy to me that I don't feel like a lot of people have a lot of extra money right now, but the used market's not exploding because there's just so many resellers now. So we got to specialize and get really good at one category. Otherwise, I don't know if we can get out of this part-time income of making. And there's nothing wrong with making $500 to $2,000 a month. That's like a good part-time income. It's just not getting ahead. Are you guys getting ahead with $500 to $2,000 a month extra? It's like something had not occurred to me until Tech brought it up on one of our podcasts, which was everyone wants their bank account to go up, right? But why not fast? Why don't you want it to go up a lot? Like maybe you have 5 grand in your bank account this month. Wouldn't it be nice if next month it was 10 instead of 5,500? So I had never even occurred. That had not occurred to me. Because like it not occurred to me that I want my bank account to make big jumps every single month. And in order to do that, you got to be really specialized. You can't generalize your way to do that. No one's like, oh, I work 5 to 10 hours a week. I'm hoping to increase my bank account by 5 grand a month. That's a lot. So it's just interesting to me thinking about all this stuff in this book. And a lot of people, if you read the reviews, are like, this is so unrealistic. But I'm just thinking, to me, it sounds like the only realistic way to do it. Like you got to be specialized. You don't have to put in 40, 50 hours a week, but you have to be specialized. Like spend the 5 or 10 hours you have on a very narrow area so you can get good at it.
Regarding your Poshmark store,
Yep.
Tim says, "Bro, hire somebody to ship."
I know, dude, it's so ridiculous. I have 2 people here that I'm potentially going to hire next week. She's going to try doing some more work for me, but like I don't have that much room. I have like this little room, it's 15 by 15, and it would start encroaching on the rest of my operation here. So it made me realize something. In a room this size, there's a lot, how many people listening right now have more than this room? This is a 15 by 15 room. It's the size of a 1-car garage. How many people here have more space than this? Because I think a lot of people don't. You guys have probably this space or smaller. I kind of feel like the maximum store I could have in here is 500 items. Right? When I start adding more, it just takes up so much space. I don't know if that's realistic. I I have been, as you guys know, like hardcore removing stuff out of here that's not related. Like I have a sailboat picture here. Why do I have that? Right? It doesn't make sense. So I'm gonna get rid of this sailboat picture, and everything that's not related to my business, it's out of here. And even my landlord said, "Chris, I can tell you touch things more than once. You need to learn not to do that." What's up, Taylor? Yeah, grab it. Taylor's gonna take it out. Let's just throw it away.
We're taking it out.
Oh, we can put it in the free section.
We're taking it out.
Here, let me show it.
Okay.
Like, why do I have this? I have a sailboat picture for what? Why do I have that? It's just taking up room. We're gonna put it in the hallway and give it away to the. It's going. We're getting rid. See, this is like the. Why? That's a stupid hour. I'm paying Taylor to stupid money for stupid time. Why is he doing that? It's so dumb. And like there was a beautiful mid-century modern chair in the hallway. Friday, I just left it there. It's like $200 chair. Just left it there. I know why. How much of our day is stupid? A lot, at least for me. So I'm super excited about just hardcore removing everything in here that doesn't matter. Yeah.
Quite a few
It's
people
crazy.
are saying they have more than this.
Oh, they have more. Okay. Well, if you have more space, you can go for it. I'm just saying in here, I feel like I can really only have a 500 item store. Bigger than that, it starts to get really cramped. And I'm enjoying, when you guys see the new tour and you see how much space I have, it's just so much better. I'm so tired of working cramped. And the only thing all the YouTube videos I watched when I started, everyone had such a cramped space. And I just want more space. I'm tired of moving things around from one space to another because I don't have enough room. And I'm so glad that sailboat picture is gone. And maybe it's worth some money, but I don't care. Somebody who lives here will get it for free.
Mal the One says, "How do you feel about Depop?"
Depop is great. I think it's very niche. So like you have to know exactly who is shopping on Depop and find clothes for them. That's it. It's great. Every single platform has its niche that it caters to specifically, and you want to pay attention to their marketing. Poshmark markets primarily to women shoppers. You can see their ads. Depop targets primarily younger shoppers. So like if you have stuff that caters the younger population, like for example, bucket hats sell really well on Depop, but not as well on eBay or Poshmark because the demographic right now, younger people think bucket hats are cool. So that's trending. Also like low-rise jeans trending more on Depop than eBay. So just something to think about.
Scott says, any chance you're going to make a beginner's guide to whatnot, how to set up a show, how to process sales, etc.?
Yeah, so that's all part of the Whatnot white papers that's coming out in a week. It's coming out August 1st. I'll go over how to set up a show, thumbnail, titles, show setup, shipping, all of that stuff in there. But I will put a beginner's version on YouTube as well. It's really good information. And Whatnot, in my opinion, is very cool. And it's still, in my opinion, very new because a lot of people haven't heard of it. So some people forget that it even exists. And as I look at Poshmark Live, I think Poshmark Live is gaining traction too. I could be wrong, but when I look at when I look at Poshmark Live, I feel like a lot of people use it. So there are lives going on 24 hours a day. So all the live things are starting to grow, and all of the thumbnail production, title production, show production is all similar. I have tried Poshmark Live to test. I've sold maybe 100 items so far, and it's very similar to Whatnot. So I think that information should translate to all the different ones. Also, Mercari offered me like a deal to go talk to them about them launching their live marketplace. So Mercari will also add it. There'll be Mercari, Poshmark, and Whatnot. And eBay does do it, but they don't let everybody do it.
Kenny says, hey Chris, I am slowly moving from Depop to eBay.
Yep.
Would you move all products or just the ones that have good sell-through on eBay?
I don't really like moving items. I just sell your Poshmark or your Depop sell all the stuff on Depop first and then just move to eBay after. I don't recommend moving stuff. It's like stupid hours. It's what I was doing here, moving one thing to the other side of the room and this side over here. Why? It's gonna sell on Depop anyway. So this is like the definition of cross listing, how dumb it is. Moving something from one platform to another when it's already gonna sell on one platform. Why are you doing that? That's like going to work through the front door and then leaving and coming in the back door. You're already in the door. So I feel like I have three entrances here. I'm just walking out of one and in the other one all day, not getting anything done. So don't move your stuff from platform to platform. Leave it on the platform and optimize it so it will sell.
Bold Finds has an interesting comment.
Yep.
He says, I thought I was working 60 hours a week on eBay until I did a time audit. 30 hours a week max. It was an eye-opener.
Yeah, see, most people think they're working 60 hours a week and they're probably working like 10. 10 hours where you're actually getting better at it. There are some okay, in the book they talk about billable hours. This is awesome. So like, for example, I have contractors that do lots of different kinds of things. Some of them bill me by the hour, right? So they're here X amount of hours, I get billed X amount of hours. They're supposed to be doing something during that hour. I also get billed per project, right? So like somebody says, okay, I'm going to do this one thing for you. It costs this much, right? So I have hourly workers. I have per project workers. I have people who work on commission too. So like based on how much they make, they get paid a tiered amount for more. If you are an eBay seller though, you only get billed for you only get paid for one kind of thing, which is listing items that sell. The items that you list that don't sell, you don't get paid for. That's not here. Here, if I pay Taylor to throw away that sailboat picture, he gets paid, no matter what. On eBay, if you list something that doesn't sell, they do not pay you. They actually charge you. You're listing something onto the website that never sells, they penalize you. They hit you with a 10 to 25 cent fee every month or a store subscription fee. It's a stupid tax. You're just posting stuff that never sells. eBay is really smart. They're the only platform that charges a stupid tax. Poshmark doesn't charge you. Mercari doesn't charge you. Amazon doesn't charge you. They assume you're just not dumb enough to post something that won't sell. eBay is banking on it. eBay is like, man, what's the likelihood people are going to post something that never sells? And somebody's like, 100%, let's go all in on it. Let's hire 10,000 people for that. Because how many people here have 2,000 items and they sell five a year? They just pay a tax, a stupid tax, 1,995 times every single month. So I'm tired of being stupid. I'm so disappointed in myself, moving stuff from one side to the other, here, over there. Am I even really working at all? It's just like, I might as well just stay home.
It's like trying to feel like you're busy, but
Yeah,
you're
just
not actually
busy,
doing
all
anything.
busy work, no productivity.
Peyton House says, "Hey Chris, what is your second favorite platform other than eBay? The group has definitely saturated the clothing category."
My favorite platform for shopping is Amazon, and followed by Uline. I love those websites because items come so fast and it's so satisfying to order something and get it the next day. eBay I like because you can get great deals. So you order something, you can get it in the average person on eBay ships in 9 days. So when you order something on eBay, you can get it within 2 weeks and you can get a better deal. I like eBay. Poshmark is okay. I think it's better than Mercari because on Poshmark you can do the bundled shopping. So I can buy three, four, five items from one seller and just pay $8 for shipping. I think it's pretty good. And for me personally, I do like buying clothing, but I like clothing and I like widgets like cameras and gear and stuff is cool. So I like Poshmark's bundled shipping. Mercari is a little bit weird to me. I probably would I don't regularly shop on Mercari and I wouldn't. Favorite platforms to sell on. I do like live streaming a lot. I like Whatnot. I like Poshmark Live. Um, I think I would enjoy doing auctions in person because then it's satisfying. Like this, you do all the auctions and all the stuff leaves. When I did that live auction sale in Pleasanton with Pat, and we watched all the stuff leave, like people took it with them. That was so satisfying. Like it just empty at the end of the day, and you sweep. So that's why I'm actually hoping that I can have a cleaner come once a week and mop the floors. Even though a broom is nice, it's just there's a lot of dust from liquidation because this stuff has been in somebody's. Actually, to be honest, thrifted clothes might be cleaner. That sounds weird, but like some of the stuff I'm buying has been sitting in a warehouse since 2015. It has 8 years of dust on it. Like there's a couple of boxes in here that if I were to just rub my hand on it, it would be black because it's been in a warehouse for 8 years. Thrifted stuff is not that old though. Like if you guys go to the thrift store, a lot of the stuff it was laundered 2 weeks ago.
Tammy says, "So much more space, bigger problems, stupid stuff all day long."
You don't have to do stupid stuff. I give you permission to not do any stupid stuff. You can only do the right things and take most of the day off. You don't have to fill it up, guys. That's what our podcast is going to be about on this Thursday. I have this like addiction that when I have empty space, I put something there. I am not going to do that anymore. This room is going to have nothing in it, and I'm not replacing it with anything. There's a space on the wall where that sail painting is. I'm not putting anything there. I might put my neon sign back here and my 100K subscriber button, but I'm definitely not filling this room with garbage. That chapter of my life is over.
Yusuf says, "How do you feel about making my own website to sell the items I have on eBay?"
I would say don't do that because it takes so many resources to bring people to your website. If you are great at marketing, you can get people to actually go to your website, then go for it, and don't do eBay. If you're gonna just focus on building an income immediately, the fastest way is eBay. So, guys, I want to go back to what that lady said. She said, "I know how she does it," and the way that she does it, makes six figures and kids, is specialized knowledge or skills and specialized knowledge of where the customers are at. So if you have a product or service and you put it on your website, do you know how to get customers to come? If so, then you shouldn't do eBay because you should just focus on getting your own customers. You have your own website. All the money can go to acquiring new customers. You can just give them a deal on the product and don't worry about it. If you're using eBay for keywords and people are looking for a Johnny O shirt, and you just type in Johnny O and select Johnny O from the brand specifics, they do the marketing and find the customer for you. That's easier. But if you can find your own customer, then you don't need to do eBay. That's like right now when like I would like you guys to go to dailyrefinement.com right now and buy some wholesale jeans because I have them at 150 plus shipping. That's the lowest I've ever offered them. So for like two, depending on where you live, it could be like 250 per pair shipped for mall brand jeans. And I don't sort at all because I don't sell used jeans on my stream at all. So all of the good jeans are all mixed in there. So I need to sell at least 3 boxes today so I can clear this room completely out because I have 3 more boxes of jeans in here. And then no more used jeans will come in this room ever again. That space in the corner, hopefully I'll just leave a little bit, a 2 week queue for clothing right here, and that's it. I don't want to have it full of anything. You can see how you guys looking on the stream right now. It doesn't look like I'm in a very big room, right? This is it. I don't have any more room. I don't want to keep it mostly clear.
Michael Saunders says, any thoughts on eBay Live?
eBay Live is great. They just don't let everyone do it. You have to like have some kind of partnership with eBay. They have too much to lose to let everybody stream.
Sylvia Hunt says, so the items that don't sell, do you think it's better to take them down?
No, that's more stupid time. You need to discount them so they sell. So I don't know if I have ever done that. I've never taken down an item because it won't sell. I have taken down items because I can't find them. So when I had my old inventory system and I went down from 28,000 items in my store to 8,000 and I shut it down, it was because I wanted to find my items. Because like looking through the bin sucks. I liked it. My new system where I just go straight to the item, that's awesome. And I wanted to do it so I could get that speed back because I love walking straight to the item. I hate looking through bins to find my items. So redoing it was worth it to me. But I could have discounted those items more to have them sell. But here's the problem. What if I can't find it? That was the issue I was having. I was like, if I discount this down to like $2 plus shipping and they all sell, I have to go find these 8,000 items in my stupid system. So now that my system is not stupid anymore and it's smart and it's simple, then I don't mind. All my items sell. I know where to find them. I can do that now. But I am not doing the dumping the whole bin out. Like I'm not doing that anymore. That was the worst thing. That was the worst thing in my entire life was these huge boxes, dumping the whole thing out, looking through the whole thing, not even there. It's in the one next to it, and I don't even know. Can't even find it. So, like, worst system ever. Now that it's chronological, though, I can just look in that area, that region, and it will be there.
B says, I have been selling on eBay since 2008,
Yep.
but I still take a very long time to list something. It is taking me 20 minutes an item. How to improve this?
That means you're not specialized. So that means you're a generalist. So that means you're a beginner. If you sell different kinds of things all the time, which is what you're doing, you'll never get faster. If you sell the same things every time, you will just naturally get faster. Because like, there's a polo right here that I'm taking a photograph of. It's really important to figure out where you're placing the items, how is it staged, how do you get wrinkles out. Like I sell basically only short sleeve polos. So the process gets faster and faster and faster the more I do it's the same way. But if I was selling random things, like Tech uses the example of like sombrero, toy fire engine, pair of shoes. If you do that, it's never going to be faster than 20 minutes because you're a generalist. So like if you went to the doctor and he said, "Oh, I've never worked on a knee before." Are you gonna let him like cut your leg off and figure out what's inside there? Definitely not, right? You want to find a specialist. So, in order to do things quickly, you need to specialize in something very specific, and that's how you get to that next level. And also, let me know in the chat if there's anything that I'm gonna that I need to check because I'm going to the doctor tomorrow for my annual checkup. And in the UK, I believe they call readers 40s. I turn 40 next year, so I wonder if next year I'll need reading glasses. Other than that, though, what else should I check?
Um, Steve says, Chris, how do you feel about hiring a virtual assistant? And if you had to, what would you task them with?
So virtual assistants is a bit of telephone. So when you hire someone, or like, and have to explain to them what to do, there's a little bit of information transfer loss there. So if you were to hire someone to do listings for you, as an example, you need to get them the photos, right? And you need to get them the defects. So like, especially on a used item, you need to tell them what's wrong with it or there's any imperfections, and you need to get them the photos. That process of translating the information to the VA is slower than just listing. If you know what you're doing, the listing process is under 1 minute, right? And the photography process is under 1 minute. There are people who spend 5 or 6 minutes getting the information to the VA and then paying the VA $1.50 an item to get it all plugged into the thing, and then they go in there and review it a little bit and hit launch. One or two things wrong or inaccurate in that thing multiplied by hundreds or thousands of items, and now you have a whole store of low sell through rate. Um, VAs are good at double checking. So, like, for example, I have 15 mastermind calls that happen Monday through Friday with different coaches. I actually should have a VA that starts those calls. Like, their job is to make sure every single call starts on time. That never changes. Every single week is the exact same process. I should have that, right? But I don't. I still actually manually start all of those calls. It wasn't until I met tech that I realized there's so much more stuff that I can do by myself. Even though I have a high hourly rate, still worth my time to do that in some circumstances. I understand that if in a perfect world you wouldn't do anything less than your hourly rate, but the communication to get like managing a person to do that is also work too. So I don't want to manage a VA right now. So that would be I don't want to manage more people. And if I do want to manage people, I want them in person. It's just for me really easy to be like, this is how I do it. Now you do it. Versus virtually, I have to give them the information, and then during that process, it gets lost. So if I hired a VA right now, it would be for to help me with scheduling. It wouldn't be for any part of my business here. Not with reselling.
Scheduling?
Scheduling, like making sure, okay, it's time for you to go to this meeting. Okay, it's time for like to remind me to, hey, tomorrow your YouTube video is going live. Do you have your thumbnail ready, your title, like more administrative stuff? It wouldn't be to help me do any of the actual work. Like if I was gonna say, hey, I want to make a video on how to do shipping, it would be faster for me to just do the video because I already am an expert at shipping than to have them research it and then I got to go through and review all the research. I don't think so.
You have to weigh like how
You have
much
to
more
weigh
work
the
it's going to be.
yeah, you have to weigh how much work is associated with training somebody else to do it
Yeah.
and reviewing their work.
Kenny says, Chris, when you used to cross list and dropped 20K on Poshmark to focus on eBay, how
Yeah.
did you do that? Was it scary? And how did you know eBay would work?
Um, I guess it's like I believe in my skills, so when I knew all I had to do is be good at one platform instead of two, it just like a weight off my shoulders. Like right now, I'm really pretty hands off on my whatnot streams, so working on Poshmark for me was pretty easy because I don't have to worry about any other platforms. All I had to do was learn about how do Poshmark titles work, how does Poshmark Live work, what can you see on the listing because Poshmark is different. You can see the size on the listing and it's not in the title. So it's not as important to put the size in the title as eBay because there's a separate section for size on the Poshmark listing. So just focusing on that helped me get to the top of the Poshmark listings. So I would say in retrospect, becoming great at a platform is so much better. So I would, how did I know it was going to work? I guess I've always known that multitasking doesn't work. I just didn't do it. Like, it's like when I sold cars, right? I focused on selling new cars. Focusing on used cars is a little bit funky because used cars there's more profit. So you can make more money on a pre-owned car. But it's difficult to scale because they're all different. So you got to like car comes in, you got to like do some homework and figure out all the different things about it so that you can present the features to somebody. The new cars you don't. I already did all the homework. All the cars from 2010 to 2014 at Lexus, I know every single thing about every car. So when you come in, I could explain to you if it makes sense for you to buy it or not. I don't have to look up anything. I'm a specialist in that thing. That helped me scale to making six figures in that industry. If you were to say, why don't you learn BMW, Mercedes, Honda, and Toyota so that you can offer customers more? I wouldn't be a specialist. I'd be like, I wouldn't know that much about the car because there's too much information to learn about. I could tell you exactly why you want a Lexus because you want reliability, you want a little bit of clout, not like if you have a golf course membership or like you're in a book club or you're like you take your kids to school. A Lexus RX 350 is like pretty good clout. You're like a good mom, right? You got a little bit of money, maybe you're worth $1 million or less. Your kids go to a good school, you're not too showy. But if you're like lawyer, like and you want to represent people in a car accident, that's not the right vibe. You gotta have like BMW or Mercedes or like a Hummer to show like we win big money for our clients. It's a different vibe. So if you try to sell everything, you end up sucking. So for me, I know now if you sell on more than one platform and you're not making six figures, you just all your whole day is stupid time. Switching from one platform to the other. You're just like disoriented, discombobulated. When you're with your family and friends, you're probably not listening because you're so confused. Like I'll tell you guys, on Saturday I went to dinner, or I'm sorry, I went to dim sum with one of my friends. I have never been more present. It blew my mind. I was like, I can actually focus on this conversation. There's not that much going on in my life right now. Like, I have two babies. One's crying, so I'm holding him. The other one is Natalie was eating. It was like one crying baby, one peaceful baby eating, and my store was closed because we're not open on Saturdays. And I was like, for the first time ever, I can actually listen to everyone here. When you're on multiple platforms, your phone is constantly ringing. That's like the worst mental health thing ever. I actually am starting to hate companies like List Perfectly, Vendu, not them specifically, but those types of companies, because they're like ruining your attention. I was just telling, I have a lady here that is going to help me organize some TikToks, right? I don't want TikTok on my phone for a couple of reasons. One, it reads everything, right? So it reads all your texts, all your emails. And this is the part I don't like. It will send me TikToks I want to watch. I don't want to do that. In my list of values, I put like I want to spend quality time with my family and my with my wife and my kids. I want to be really good at business. I want to be a great leader in my group. I didn't put I want to watch amazing TikToks. But TikTok is insane. It's like how did you know I wanted to watch that? I think how did you know? But they know. They read all my texts, all my emails, all my friends. They looked at what they watched and they gave me exactly what I was looking for. It's crazy. So I was like, okay, I don't. It's not on my list of things that I want. So no TikTok on my phone. I want to make stuff on TikTok so people get addicted to my content, but I don't want to. I don't want to use it. It's too good. It's like imagine you went to a restaurant and you just sat down and they put down in front of you exactly what you wanted to eat. You'd be 1,000 pounds. It'd be too hard. At least you gotta get off the couch and drive in your car to go to the grocery store to buy some snacks. Imagine if it was just right there. Like that is freaky. I'm so much happy. I spend 0 minutes on social media a week. I only look at my Instagram messages. I don't follow anyone. It just says all caught up. Have you guys ever used social media with no followers? It just says all caught up. Are you guys aware of infinite scroll? If you follow a bunch of people, the scroll doesn't end. Did you know that? It doesn't end. Infinite. Mine says, thanks for logging in today. There's nothing new here. Nothing new here. Literally nothing new. So I am stoked. I follow my brother and Tech and Sports on Instagram. So I can see what my brother barbecued. And I can see it. He posts only like once a month. So I'm not really getting any posts. And it's just so much more clear. I don't have stupid time on social media. I have stupid time here at my shop selling stuff I have no business selling, or I'm so disorganized that it's not like right now I'm set up to do women's clothing. When men's clothing comes in here, it's so confusing for me because it's like a different setup. It's a different customer. So I hope I can inspire you guys not to be as disappointed as I am selling all this junk that's not related.
Actually, regarding that, Zane just has a question about Chris, how do you personally deal with distractions? I deleted TikTok,
Yeah.
only run Instagram and YouTube to expand my business, but I still get distracted every day. How do you do it?
A lot less because it's like scheduled. So wake up in the morning, I do I go to the gym, right? And this is really easy. If I spend any time on my phone, I won't go to the gym. It's so good at distracting me that I just have to wake up and go. Go to the gym, right? After that, I have my mastermind call at 6 o'clock. There's at least 100 people in there every day staring at me. I'm trying to bring a good topic every single day. After that, hang out with my babies. After that, come here. Here's people relying on me here. Have lunch, go home, pick up my daughter on the way home. There's a hard stop. That's also in the book. A lot of women that make six figures ride the bus. Like there's like that hard cutoff that they have to leave. If you don't have to leave, you're not productive. Like and that's what it's like. It sounds weird, right? You think that a well-to-do lady would have a car, but a lot of them are on like they ride the bus or the subway, and they have to leave, so they have to be productive and get good at their job. And there's a lot of pressure because like if you have to commute to a job, you're wasting like 1 or 2 hours going there and coming back and getting ready, and there's office politics and happy hour and all that extra stuff. It makes it really hard. So deadlines help people be more productive. But a lot of eBay sellers have no deadline. You can like work whenever you want as long as you want. So you end up becoming really bad. Over the course of 16 hours, you're getting 1 or 2 listings done. But if you are like a busy professional, I just read about this reseller who's a doctor. She gets 10 listings up a day and she's a doctor. And she likes being a doctor, but she likes owning her own business too. So she wants to check that box. But do you think that she has all day to do it? Probably not. She probably only has a few minutes a day to work on her Poshmark closet. So, I mean, limited time is really good. I was surprised work. They plan everything that they can for the next day and they do the most important things they possibly can before they leave. Because it's like they start with the hardest thing and they end with the hardest thing to really like cram in important stuff and then they can get as much stuff done as possible. But the book is it's like depressing but also inspirational at the same time. Like why are people successful? But like I don't who really wants to do those things?
Elizabeth says, my return rate for item doesn't fit is around 3%, which I think is high. I have measurement photos and measurements in the description and free returns. Is there anything else I can do to cut down the returns?
That's not high. I would say 5 to 10% for does not fit is high. Might be category. You might sell dresses. You might sell jeans. You might sell things like shoes have a high return rate. If you decide to go something like outerwear, that would reduce the overall returns because it can fit a little bit more oversized or baggy. But traditionally, clothing rate for doesn't fit is 5 to 10%. That won't hurt you. The only thing that will hurt you is item not as described. So 3%, in my opinion, is not bad. You could say offering free returns, in my opinion, reduces it by a lot because people oftentimes they never actually send it back. From my experience, you open the window and there's a good chunk of people who never send it back. 3% is not something to worry about though. It's just a rounding error in your store. It won't. You're only losing one shipping, so you don't lose that much. It's not a big hit to your business.
Summer Grace says, hi, Chris. I hope the new baby is doing great and growing well. I wanted to ask if you do a listing with multiples, that only counts as one listing for the day. Is that correct?
Yes. You guys want to see?
Baby.
That's the baby from this morning. That's Henry. He's happy. He's 3 months old.
Wow, that's crazy.
He's getting older. Yeah, my wife just texted that to me this morning. Yeah, it's fun. I really, really enjoy being a parent. It's like very hard and tiring, but Right now, I'm tracking my sleep on 3 devices: the Fitbit, the Aura Ring, and the Whoop, just for fun. And like, it just tells me every day, bro, you having young kids is hard. That's basically what the app is telling me, because you just don't know what's gonna happen. They wake up in the middle of the night, and there goes your sleep. You know.
And happy Monday, Erin. They say happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Anne Park Crafts says, "Is there a way to figure out what to specialize in, or is it trial and error?"
So yeah, in our group we talk about the zip code call, which is to specialize in things that are near you first, right? So whatever's selling well for a high dollar amount in your zip code, that's where you should focus your time. Then it goes towards things that you have a connection with. Also, in this book, I don't know if this is going to trigger people, but it says do not follow your passion. Just do jobs that pay a lot. So like you could pick a job that's more fun, but then you're not getting a good hourly rate. You can't afford childcare. You never have any savings. You can't go on vacation, but you like it. Or you can pick a job maybe you don't like, but it pays a lot. And it's just a reality. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying you could just pick a job that pays higher. So in the niche, right? If you're gonna pick electronic recycling as an example, not sexy, but companies, when they have electronic waste, they donate it. You get it, you wipe all the drives clean, and you resell it to somebody else after refurbishing it. Amazing margins, right? Companies will literally pay you to take their e waste, you recondition it, and sell it. Not sexy, tons of money in it, right? You go into a garage sale, an estate sale, Goodwill bins, pay by the pound, garage sale. Is it a grind to go there? Yes, but there's great money in it. So it just, what to specialize in, whatever makes the most money, or whatever is small, or whatever you know the most about. I I guess the perfect answer would be whatever you have access to, whatever you understand the numbers with the most, whatever you have a personal connection with to the person who or the company that supplies it. You're an expert at listing it, you're an expert at storing it, you're an expert at shipping it. Because imagine the lady earlier who said that they take 20 minutes per listing. Imagine if you went to get a coffee in the morning and they took 20 minutes to make it. You would never go back. So eBay knows how long your listing profile is open. What if you're taking forever? Does eBay not trust you? Like if you pull up a listing flow, right? And you're doing it and it takes you 20 minutes, does eBay say, hold on a second, does this person really know what they're doing? Why is it taking so long to fill out this form? Like you don't know the title, you don't know what brand it is. Because they know when you leave the tab too. You had to leave the tab to figure out what color it was. Do you even have the item? I don't know, right? Or if you're just like cracking through, you know everything about it, you know the price list. Is eBay like, oh wow, is this an expert who listed this? I don't know. I feel like eBay has all this data, and if you're taking 20 minutes per listing, maybe eBay a little bit worried about your knowledge of the subject. It's like if I ask my doctor what's wrong with me, I don't want him to pause for 20 minutes. I want him to give me the answer straight.
And there's a question on whether or not you will be at FlipCon or Boss Reseller Remix.
I was invited to FlipCon by Josh, but I'm not going just because my baby is young, so I want to spend time with Henry. But I would love to. I've never been to Boss Remix. It's a little bit of a different type of event that I would normally go to because I'm like more information based. I want to go there and get information. So that's a different vibe for me. But I think they're great. You want to go and network with people, go for it. I think it's not necessarily related to specializing or being consistent, which is the key to being rich. So being consistent, specializing, not really related to networking. I'm a big fan of Naval Ravikant, huge fan. And Naval Ravikant says that 100% of networking is a waste of time. If you are good at what you do, the right network will build. Do you guys agree with this or not? Let's say you're a fantastic shoe seller, number one on eBay, best sell through rate, best pictures, best titles. Do you think that shoe companies would reach out to you? That's the question. Because I kind of think that they do. I kind of think that advice is better. Like if you are excellent at what you do, you're like the most eligible bachelor in the world. Do you need to use Tinder? Or is this everybody knows and they're like, Jackie's available and you can hang out with her on Thursday? I just feel like being great at what you do might be better than networking. Just from I've been to so many reseller events. I don't know how much that I've really learned compared to the amount that it costs. It costs like $2,000, $2,500 to go to one of these events, flight, hotel, meeting up, right? And then like you're tired, your business is closed while you're gone, right? Versus like, let's say you wanted to talk to, I like Paul Akers in Washington. If I paid $1,000 to talk to him for 1 hour, that might be faster because like I could ask him, how do you do your shipping and how do you do your photos and how do you do your order fulfillment? And he would just tell me, and then I would not have to fly all the way across the country. I could just book an hour of his time and call it good. It's interesting though. Networking things are mostly for fun. And that's why I think that when I did my event here, only 9 people came twice because it's not fun based. I just want to like teach people stuff and then go home. Have lunch.
Ms. Florida Sunshine says, what one single change you implemented that had the biggest impact on your business?
Oh my God. You ready? I having kids. Just freaking so much less time when you have kids. That totally changed my perspective on everything. Not sleeping and like I want to get done as soon as possible so I can leave. That changed my business tremendously. Just learning how to focus. Learning how to focus changed so much. Like things that take too long, I just don't want to deal with at all. And I don't want time vampire people. I don't want time vampire items. Um, like I know certain things are gonna be time vampires for my kids. Like if your kid's about to go to sleep, do you tell them about the ice cream you just bought? No, that would make your day worse. So like I've just been so much more focused since having Natalie 2 years ago, and it's really really helped me. So before I forget, the listing party is on Fridays from 9 to 12. It's been lit for lack of a better term. It's 3 hours long. It's free from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Email me at chris@dailyrefinement.com. I will email you back a link to register. It's free. Join. I would recommend a couple different things. Either show up and organize for 3 hours to get everything organized, put away, fill up your car with stuff you need to donate, look at your items and remove or update all the listings that suck. Or even better is when you get to work and immediately start listing. That's why I want to get rid of everything here that's BS. So when I get to work, I can list, go home. Right now, I'm still doing organization, which is such a waste of time. So stupid. I want to just come to work, and go home. Imagine if you went to a regular job and they're like, okay, I know you just got here, but we can't start for 4 hours. That's how everybody here works. They have to wait till I get ready. Such a waste of time. It's like the biggest waste in the world is the waste of human potential. That's what all my workers experience every day. They come here and they just wait around while I figure out what to do for them. It's not good. It's really sad.
Let's see. Not Your Cup of Tea says, is it bad that I will buy $10 profit items to sell while I start my eBay store?
Um, no, it's not bad, but it's better if you have a smaller store with better stuff. $10 profit's okay. It's a good start when you learn your numbers. But if you can be patient and just look for $20 or $30 items, what will end up happening is you won't waste any money. And if you make a mistake, you can just lower the price and it'll sell. But on a $10 profit item, if you make a mistake, there's no room left. When you discount it, you're just getting your money back. So on a $50 profit item, if you make a mistake, you still make 20 bucks. You live another day. Or really make a mistake, you discount it, you can sell for what you paid for it. A lot of items, here's the problem. They might make a $10 profit, but you can't sell it for what you paid for it in a bind. So let's say right now you have 1,000 items in your store and your sales are slow. Do you think somebody would just offer you $5,000 for all those items that are selling slowly? Probably not. You can't get out of it. It's not liquid. So you kind of need stores that are full. Like if right now I said, hey guys, do you guys want to buy my sneakers that I sell 20 a day of for $20 profit? You know what I mean? I could just turn this on and just take orders because it's awesome. All the product sells fast. But if your items are $10 profit, no one will call you. It's too small. It's like not you can't get out of the item. You have to wait for the perfect customer to give you money so that you make 10. So in the beginning, be patient, take your time. You want let's like 100 items in your store and 10 sell a day. You don't want 1,000 items and one sells a day. Thank you guys for the orders. Appreciate it. I'm doing a discount on my jeans and the QVC that I have in the store. The QVC is $70 MSRP. I think I'm selling it for like $3 or $4 a piece. So you should be able to easily double your money. And the jeans, same thing. $1.50 is insanely cheap. You can just stay at home and order them. And listing party on Friday. Don't forget to email me. I only have a couple of people who've emailed me so far, but chris@dailyrefinement.com. Come hang out from 3 to 12 o'clock. Get some work done.
All right. Thank you.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Everybody have a wonderful day. We'll see you next week.
week.
Bye.
Bye.